Liliana Vess has led a cursed life. Beginning when she was very young, death and fear followed her to the ends of the multiverse and back. But to truly understand how she got here to this moment, controlling Nicol Bolas' undead army, we have to go back. To truly understand the gravity of what's about to happen and the power of the preview card you're about to see, context is necessary, trust me, this is all going somewhere. The Liliana Vess we know today was forged in a single moment of fear, desperation, and regret. As a child, she lived a privileged life with her father, a leader on Dominaria, her brother Josu, whom she loved dearly, and basically a kingdom in Benalia. She grew up learning how to be a healer, using her intellect for good. But from the very beginning, there was always darkness in her heart. She didn't have fear of the dark arts as others did. Forbidden magic, she almost reveled in it. One day, her father's enemies would strike very close to home, essentially poisoning her brother Josu. Her master at the time, Lady Anna, sent her to get a root to cure Josu's affliction. Liliana, filled with fear and love for her brother, rushed to the field where the root grew, but it was all burned away, gone. The Raven Man, a man we still don't know anything about, convinced Liliana to do whatever it took to heal Josu, whatever it took. In this case, that meant resurrecting a fallen root with necromancy. Embracing her darkness, she created what she thought was the perfect remedy for her brother. She rushed home, and against the advice and clear orders of Lady Anna, Liliana forced her way into Josu's room and fed him the undead root potion. For a singular moment, Josu laid still, calm. This moment, this fleeting moment, this was the last time Liliana wasn't consumed by fear for the rest of her life. This moment, this is where her desperate avoidance of death would begin and last for over 100 years. Her brother reacted to the potion swiftly and violently, turning into a being she hadn't seen before. Josu knew that he was cursed forever. He immediately began attacking Liliana with the sole goal of killing her and bringing her into the void with him. He promised he would. He promised that he would spend the rest of time in nothingness with his sister because of what she did to him, an eternity of nothing. This threat instilled a fundamental fear of death in Liliana that was so strong, it would help ignite her spark right there. Planeswalking away from her demise. Little did she know she'd be doing that for a really long time. The next time we would see Liliana is near death, an entire lifetime later. In this lifetime, she traveled countless planes, learning how to control death around her almost like a shield. At her core, all that mattered was her survival. She existed only to keep existing. And that's what led her to Nicol Bolas and the pact with the 4 demons. After the mending took away her immortality, she had no choice, right? She absolutely had to keep living. So much so that she was willing to barter her soul for power and youth, tethering her to 4 of the most powerful and dangerous demons in the multiverse, and even worse, to Nicol Bolas himself as the broker of the arrangement. Think about that for a second. Being so desperate for life that you knowingly and willingly approach 5 pure evil beings with the simple hope that they can help keep you alive. Did she really need to run away from Josu that badly? Yes, she really did, because even after a lifetime had passed, she remembered his promise to bring her into the void forever. Bolas, Kothafed, Gristlebrand, Razakath, Belzenlock. In a way, these characters all exist as manifestations of her fear, and this is only the beginning. After receiving this immense power and cheating death, Liliana was no further away from fear than before. Instead of fearing just death, she now feared her demons and Nicol Bolas. She was no further away from death, just a different kind of death followed her now. This fear, it consumed her. Even after she met Jace and they became involved, she would betray him because of her fear. She was so scared of her demons that she allied with Nicol Bolas when he promised to help her get out of the pact. She went as far as to pit Jace against Tezzeret in Agents of Artifice just to get out from under this deal that she herself made. Desperation and fear would follow Liliana everywhere. She found it so necessary to destroy her demons that she traveled to Innistrad to find Gristlebrand, learned he was in the Hell Vault, then forced Thalia to destroy the Hell Vault, or she would kill all of her people. Destroying the Hell Vault released Gristlebrand, Avacyn, and Nahiri, but it also released other demons that had been locked away by Sorin for years and years before Liliana arrived. The reason why Liliana is so selfish and egocentric is because there's no room in her heart for anything else. She can only look inward because everything she fears is inward. Kaladesh, Amonkhet, Dominaria, everything that Liliana does actively tries to get the Gatewatch to confront her demons and destroy them for her. Once she learns about Bolas, she says she can't be of any help to the Gatewatch against him if her demons are still alive. She spends the entire time on Amonkhet trying to find a way to get the Gatewatch to ignore Bolas and kill Razaketh instead. and on Dominaria, the rest of the Gatewatch abandons her quest except for Gideon, because, well, he's Gideon, and they were able to defeat Bells and lock together, the last demon who controlled Liliana's soul. But through all of this, from plane to plane to plane, battle to battle, Liliana has only ever had one thing on her mind: fear. I keep coming back to this because this entire video and the preview card you're about to see is about fear. Nicol Bolas claims ownership over the pact as the 4 demons are dead, and Liliana, terrified for her life, abandons the Gatewatch and goes with him, only to show up on Ravnica as the leader of his undead army, the Dread Horde. And that brings us to right now, the moment we started with. Liliana commanding the undead army for her new master, fear controlling every step she takes, but then her memory of Josu, her memory of her fallen and cursed brother, is brought to the forefront of her mind when she sees herself and her brother in a pair of children who are crushed by fallen debris. This moment, this face, those eyes, those children are dead. And in that moment, she remembers everything: the pain, the despair, the emptiness and loneliness of her existence, everything she's done in her entire life, driven by fear after damning her brother. But no more, not again. She won't let another child die, not for her fear or selfishness or desperation, never again. So she stands up for the first time in over a century as Liliana Vess, a human woman with no fear, just resolve. She turns around, faces Nicol Bolas, knows that she's going to die, and accepts it. For the first time in her entire life, she accepts death, and death begins to take her.